So this tutorial is all about female bomber jacket. So I believe I have shown us this previously on my other video I made on bomber jackets. So it's still the same process and same procedure, but this one will be particular for a female. So if you like what you have seen, or if you really want to learn more about bomber jackets, I would urge you to watch this video to the very end. So before we proceed, the measurements we are going to work with are, or the measurement areas are the bust, the shoulder, the sleeve length, the neck, and the length of the bomber jacket. So the bust measurement, you have to take the fitted measurement first before you add the ease allowance, right? And also the round sleeves, you also take the fitted measurements before you add the ease allowance, right? So here, the bust we have is 40, but we are going to add extra 4 inches to give us that bomber jacket effect, like, that bigness of the bomber jacket. Now, the round sleeves we have is 14, but we are going to use 16 for the biceps. Elbow was 13, we're going to use 14, 15. Wrist is always a bit big as well, right? Now, the neck is fitted, and the length of jacket is your regular shirt length, or if you now prefer to have it to be a bit longer, you can go ahead and do that. So let's get down to the main drafting proper. So here we have this lovely fabric we are working with. So we are going to start the cutting right here. Now we're going to use the both ends to start. Now the folding is coming with the range of the bust over 4 plus extra inch for the button allowance, and chest over 4 plus inseam allowance. So the bust we have is 40, but I'm using 44, 45, 46. Depends on how big I want it to be. So I want it to be big, so let's do 46. Then divided by 4 is 11.5. Then extra 1 inch for your zip allowance, and extra 1.5 again or 2 for your inseam allowance. So having known that, these are the allowances you need to put, then I will slit here, right? I just have to fold it from one end so that it will not, I will not waste the fabric. So mark out your baseline. Then the length we have is 30. The length of the jacket we have is 30. But before you mark the 30, you must make sure you consider the rubber or the elastic which you are going to use. So this elastic we have is, I have this elastic, right? So when you fold into 2 equal parts, you will now measure and know what you have here. So this is called polo neck, right? It's called polo neck or bomber jacket elastic. So it's always 2.5 on fold. That's 1.5, 2 3/4. So you have to minus this measurement from the length of the jacket, then add back 1 inch again for the joining effects, right? So here, since we have 30, so I will just minus 2 inches. That will give me 28. Then plus 1 inch to slant to join my half elastic and the shoulder. So just to be in a better position, just add 1.5. You get so I have 29.5 now as my length. Then mark it twice. Just mark this way. Then after this, you get your shoulder line. So here becomes my shoulder line, and then you get your armhole. So the armhole for lady, you can use the shoulder over 2. So with the shoulder we have is 17. Divided by 2 is 8.5. So here you mark 8.5 for the armhole. Then you mark all through this way. You mark all through this way. Then we are going to, the armhole most times is 2 inches above the bust point, or 2.5, depends on the person you are working for. So I'm using 2 inches below the bust line, the armhole line, to get my bust line. That's the shoulder to nipple, right? Shoulder to nipple. So it goes all through this way. And then you have these lines, which are very important, and you must have them when you are walking. Then on that line, you now mark your bust over 6, which we have to be 46. Remember, I added extra 6 inches to my bust measurement. You can decide to add 4, 3, 2, depends on how free you want it to be. But I want mine to be big so that it will give you that, fitting and, give you that shield you might crave for. So 46, but before you mark 46, you have to remove 1 inch for your zip or the zipper allowance. Now this 1 inch is very important because it's one inch that you will use for the zip allowance. Then you connect the line from here all through this way. Connect the line from here all through this way. Right? So this is for the zipper allowance. Then after which you now mark 46 from that 1 inch you have already removed. So 46 you mark, then add extra 1.5 for the inseam allowance. Right? Now the shoulder we have is 17 divided by 2, 8.5 plus half, 9. Then come down by 2.5 this way, then mark it in this form just like this, and then slope the shoulder line by 2.5. Slope it by 2.5. Then the neck measurement we have is 15, right? 15, 16. Okay, the neck is 16. Divided by 6, you have 2.666. So here I will mark 2.5 right here. 2.5 plus half an inch, then 3 inches. That's 2.5 by 3. That's what I'm marking. Then connect the line out, all out in this form. Connect the line all out in this form, so it goes all through this way, and then you connect the armhole line from here to this very point. Then after which connect the slanted line to your shoulder slope and shoulder width in this form, right? And then tilt your ruler to go in by 1 inch or 1.5 inch to the armhole line just of this nature, and then you curve your armhole from here. You curve it to go all through this way. You see, then the line on the chest allowance, take it up straight and then go down to the hem. So this is the front panel of your bomber jacket. I hope the lines are visible enough, so I will cut that and show you the results. Right, so here, after you have cut out the front panel and you want to now cut the back, so what you just need to do is to pick up the fabric again and place. Then when placing this, the 1 inch zip allowance will not be included, right? So you have to push it out from the center fold of the back panel just this way. You have to push it out just in this form. So this is where it is, and then you arrange it properly just like this, and then you bring your chalk as well, then raise the back panel 2.5 inch high and 2.5 inch high as well. So once you have raised this in that form, then you connect the shoulder line together just this way, and then tilt your ruler in this form and mark in this form. Then the back neck depth is 1 inch or 1/4. Don't make it to be 1.5, 1 inch or 1/4. Then curve all through in this form, and that's all you need to do for the back. Then you cut. So this is just as simple as this. It's not that hard. If you have learned or seen me cut senator outfit before, so this will also be kind of an addition to whatever you have seen me do before. So the only different thing here I did was I made the measurement to be a bit bigger, and then I added zip allowance at the front panel. That's the only new thing here in our cutting. Then fold this shoulder to come down in front just to 2 inches or 2.5 inches that way. and then trim whatever neckline excesses you might have. So after this, now the next we are going to cut will be our sleeve. So let's cut our sleeve. For the sleeve of the jacket, so just for the fabric. Now this fabric folding, I just measured out 14 inches on fold this way. Then the length, let me show you how to go about it. It's on double fold here, right? So here you mark out your baseline as well. Remember that the elastic is 2.5 as well. So the sleeve length we have is 23, but we are going to make it to 24 so that it should be a bit longer and be able to coil a bit on the sleeve, or even 25. You get, so let's do 25. So now, since our sleeve elastic is 23 and it's 2.5, so I will use whatever I have here left. So here is 22. So if I add that 2.5 here, it's now 24.5. By the time I join half an inch and join half an inch, it has gotten back to 23.5 or thereabout, right? So it does mean that we don't need to add much allowance on the sleeve length or whatsoever. So here, the wrist here, I will use 10. I'm using 12 in cutting, so that when you put the elastic, it will buff, it will give that buff effect. So here I'm using 6 here, then 1 inch. That's all I need for the inseam allowance. Then for the inner sleeve, I will use 20, that's 10 here. Then come down by 3.5 that way, and then from here I will make a freehand sketch to the wrist of the sleeve, and then from here make a curvy connection right there to this very point, right? So to still make sure this will be enough for the body of the outfit we are making. So we are going to increase this as well when we are cutting, so just watch. So I think I'll have to just increase it to be a bit wider here, so that it's better off it's bigger. At the end of the day, you trim it off, then you cut. Remember that the body of the outfit is bigger than the actual bust measurement, so that's why I'm increasing this. So I think this is okay. So now we have cut the sleeve. So the next you will see will be the sewing processes. Okay, so here we have cut the linings, just the same pattern panels of the front panel, the back panel, and the sleeves. So you cut, make sure you use cotton lining. Don't use spongy or any other line of trouser. Use cotton lining so that it gives you that thick effect.